there yarn lovers, it's Gary and I'm coming to you from my living room here in Vancouver, Canada. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Today is Friday, May the 7th, 2021 and this is video 108. It's been a whole week since I uploaded my last podcast, so I thought I'd jump in here and catch you up on a few finished objects, a work in progress, and I've done some retail therapy. Yes, I went to my Micheals and I found some things on sale that I want to showcase and share with everyone here. If you're new to the channel and you're wondering what this video is all about, I've set this channel up to talk about all of my yarny adventures. So that is all things in knitting, crocheting, a little bit of dabbling in hand dyeing of yarn, where I purchase my goods, either online or in store, and I flag sales if I happen to find out where they are. I'm always kind of like at the tail end. Up here in Canada, sometimes the sales are not the same as the ones in the States or around other parts of the world. So I am happy to say that there have been some sales up in Canada, so yay! If that kind of stuff is of interest to you, please stick around. I'd love to have you here. And to all the fibre friends who are returning, welcome back. Great to see everyone. And I've been loving reading all of your comments. I appreciate all of your time that you're spending here watching the video. I know that we have busy lives, so I do appreciate you stopping by to watch the video. So let's get stuck into the finished works, shall we? I have one knitted finished object this week, and it is this scarf. I showcased it in my last podcast as a work in progress, but look at those delicious colors. It is now measuring 6 feet long by about 4.5 inches in width. I knit this up in the tube, so it's stockinette all the way around, and it was a great, easy knit. I could take it anywhere that I wanted to. I knitted it in the car, so my hands were on autopilot a lot of the times. I could watch television with it, and it was over a few nights of knitting, I think 4 or 5 nights, and a really great project. So I'll try it on for you so you can see how it wears. And I'll talk about what I did with needles and also number of stitch counts for the yarn that I used. So in the round, I had this tube with open ends, and I just sewed up the ends with blanket stitch on the inside and turned it inside out so it was the right way out. And this is how it looks with the closed off end. I used what did I use? A Knitter's Pride in their Dreams collection, and the length of the circular set of needles, because they were wooden tips, was 9.5 inches all up with the cable and the needles, and the circumference of the needles was 4.5 millimeters. Really nice needles to use. I found that this yarn was great. It's self-striped, so you don't have to do any color controlling, and you don't have to join ends or weave in ends, which is awesome. So the yarn that I used was Premier's Anti-Peeling Everyday DK, so it's a 3-weight yarn. Slightly has a bit of a sheen to it. I used 2 balls and a little bit of this one. So I'm gonna say each ball is 100 grams, and that gives you 273 yards or 250 meters. So I'm gonna say I probably used around 600 meters or 630 plus yards, and I have probably 2/3 of this ball left. And the colorway that I chose was called Ice Pop Speckle. Now, not affiliated with Premier whatsoever, but I do like this style of yarn. It didn't split, it has a nice medium twist to it. Now, the number of stitches that I cast on was 44 stitches in the round, and that seemed to be the perfect amount of stitches for me on that 9.5 inch length needle, and it gave me 1.25 inches of each color stripe. I did try it a little wider. I tried 60 stitches, so it was 30 on each side, but my stripes seem to be quite like I would say maybe 2/3 of an inch, and not very pronounced. So I changed it up. I ripped it back, and then I cast on less stitches. So if you're looking to do a work in the round or any type of yarn that uses self-striping, play around with the amount of stitches in the width to get the type of stripe that you like, because I find in a scarf I do like them a little thicker, and I think 60 stitches was a little too wide for this color change out for this style of yarn. Now I have another color in that collection that I really like, and I'm going to play around to see what it looks like with combining the two types of colorways, because this one, the pop speckle, seemed to change out 5 colors in each of the stripes and then repeat them. So I'm thinking with another color collection, let's see what 10 stripes looks like. That'd be a lot of fun. So that was my only finished knit for the week. Now onto crochet. Now this I might not be able to fit into the camera, and it is a pet bed, so I'm going to scooch across this way, and I've got some photos of it laid out so you can see how it sits on the ground. This was a fun make. It will be donated and gifted to our family dog, our parents who live over on Vancouver Island. Hi Mum and Dad! They have a dog that is a Wheaten Terrier, so a medium-sized dog, and I followed Crystal at Bag O' Day's tutorial, and oh my goodness, it was so easy to follow. It does look like a lot of complicated stitches, but Crystal does an amazing job at explaining what to do at each particular step of the way. Now I'll link the tutorial that I used down in the description box, and I did do something a little different because I had to go bigger in the base because it's a medium-sized dog. That I measured the end to end of the circle formation was probably around 32 inches, and the wall itself, the yarn that I chose and the wall seemed to flop down, so I doubled up and I folded it in, and I single crocheted the double fold on the inside of the bed, and it seems to hold up a little bit more sturdy as a wall. So our little princess, her name's Muggins, hopefully when she sleeps in here she won't feel that draft, because it is a double fold and the wall will be blocking out any cold chills that are on the outside of the bed. So let's talk about the yarn. Now that I've showed you the photographs, I'm going to move back in, and if I do remember to put in a photograph of Miss Muggins, I will include them as well. So what did I use? I used a crochet hook that was loaned to me by one of my fiber friends, and I love this hook. It was so light and easy to glide through the yarn. It was Addy, and it's a wooden hook with an inline, I guess it's an incision where the yarn is captured. And this one was 10 millimeters, I believe. Yeah, 10 millimeter crochet hook, and I really enjoyed using it. The yarn that I used came to me by way of a mystery Santa sack, which I purchased from Hirschner's last year in 2020, about November, I think. And all of the yarn that came were in clear plastic bags, and they were in unmarked balls, just 100% acrylic is what I knew. So this is what yarn was left. I used the whole 4 big balls that were in the Santa sack. I believe that they were very similar to a yarn that I've seen in Micheals, even though Hirschner's does not carry Micheals Loops and Threads brand, but they look very much like Loops and Threads Sweet Snuggle stripes. Now there's what that looks like in a ball, and they're featuring these balls at $11.99 each on Micheals' website, but my Santa sack had them I believe my starter sack was like $24 or something, and it had about 4 of the balls in there, and I used all 4. But it's a really nice fluffy blankety yarn, really soft. And the interesting part is when you cut it, it has like a thread of cotton. It feels like cotton to me, and you can pull off all of the fluff quite easily. So when I was cutting the ends, I had all these fluffy bits flying around everywhere. It was quite, it felt like pollen. Pollen was in the air. On to works in progress. I did showcase a little bit of this last week. It was one of my Make 9 card items that I chose for 2021. And if you don't know about the Make 9 card for 2021, it is a combination of 9 objects or 9 items that you want to make that challenge you in some way. And it's not anything pressured or stressful. It's just a call to action for me. If I run out of ideas or things to work on, that I can refer back to the card and see what I've chosen back in the early days of 2021. So this is my item that I am working on right now. It is the Caramel Denim Fair Isle by Fiona Ellis. And you did see a little bit of this worked up in my previous episode. I got up to just before the color work here on the chest, and I had worked it from the bottom up. And this week I have completed the panel for the back, and I started the panel for the front. I absolutely had a lot of learn in how to do color work in a flat piece. I'm going to include a little bit of it was a tutorial video that I watched which covered all of the intricacies of how to use color work or stranded color work in a flat piece. And it was this amazing YouTuber, and her channel name is 10 Rows a Day. The actual video itself is a very long title, but I'll do my best to read it, and hopefully it will stick in your mind to go across and use it if you are in the need for it. It's Easy Way to Knit Fair Isle and Other Stranded Color Work in the Round and Flat. So the second part of that video is to do with the color work in the flat. And I found that very super helpful. So what I used in this piece was a knitting needle that was a circular set, but I wasn't knitting in the round, I was just sliding the piece back and forward. And yeah, I had to make 2 passes on the reverse side. So whenever I was working on the reverse side and I had 2 color work to go through, I would have to make 1 pass with 1 color and then slide the work back across and carry the second one across and make the second pass. So that's a kind of a crude way of explaining it, but I didn't realize that that was a possibility, so that was a great learn for me. The yarn that I used was Hobium's Gazelle Unicorn hand painted yarn. It is 100% worsted and it is hand dyed, so it gets this nice unique splotches of different tonal and specks in the yellow and brown color family. And this one here is in a color way 1340, so no name, just a number, but it's really super soft and it's roving style, so it does have a little bit of fuzz on it, and it may felt as well, because as I was using it, a lot of the fibers were falling away from the yarn itself and into my hand. So yeah, that's how it works up in the body. Absolutely love it. The other colors that I'm using here in the color work and up here in the top part of the yoke are all loops and threads, serpentine, a meandering serpentine yarn. And I have a whole collection of them. So I purchased them in 20 gram minis, and there were 5 in set. And I'm using some of the colors in the sets that I purchased. And then they also come in 100-gram meandering serpentine, like this minty green one. And I'm using this one here. I don't know what the name of this one is. I've lost the ball band. But really enjoying it. And the needles that I'm using at the moment in the yellow section, when it's just the body work and no color work, are a set of 3mm stainless steel chargu. And the only one that I have in that size is a 40-inch cable, but it doesn't really matter because I'm not working in the round. I'm just sliding the work back and forth to do the color work. It does need serious blocking because it does roll up quite a lot. And I lightly blocked this one, but as you can tell, it does need a heavier soak and a heavier blocking because it's just curled back up again. Yeah, so really enjoying the use of the yarn, and the needles as well. The chargu stainless steel are really, really nice to work with as well. I think that's all of the works in progress that I'm going to catch you up on. And any of the patterns that I've mentioned down below, I'll put any tutorials as well in the description box. So now on to the retail therapy. I purchased from Micheals. A couple of my friends on YouTube in the States went shopping and they were showcasing that they were buying from Micheals $5 cakes of roll, what's it called? It's a Wrap by Red Heart. And I thought, I don't know whether we have that up here in Canada. So I went looking and I did find them. $5 per cake were being sold in Micheals. Now, the bands are off. They were yelling for me to be brought home and looked after because they do look a little tattered. But I don't have any way of, I guess, reciting apart from finding them online, which I did. Oh, here it is. Okay, so they're being sold on Yarnspiration, and this one is called It's a Wrap Rainbow. The colorway is called Foggy, and the details of this is it's a 2-weight yarn. Recommended size of knitting needles is 3.75, or a crochet hook is 4mm. It is machine wash but to lay flat to dry. And the composition of the fibers is 55% acrylic and 45% cotton. So it is, as you may have guessed, or maybe not, it is made up of different strands. So you have 4 strands here. And as the yarn proceeds through the gradation of colors, each strand is switched out into a different colorway until it reaches the outside where all strands are in the gray. So it goes from a transition of an ivory, peach into gray. It's called Foggy. Really, really nice colorway. I can see shawls in that. And that cost me $5 per cake. Next up is this Caron Cotton Angel Cake. And it's my first one that I'm using ever. I love that it's kind of a little bit of a tonal. The colorway is called Pepper, and I can't wait to work this up to see what it looks like. There is a little, if you can see it, there we go. That's how it's looking up in the ball band in this top. So quietly subtle changes of the colors. Now, this product is made in China. It is 60% cotton, 40% acrylic. It is considered a 4-weight yarn, 4.5mm set of knitting needles, 5mm crochet hook. You can machine wash and tumble dry this, so great easy care instructions. In the cake you get 250 grams. It gives you 330 yards or 485 meters. I think that's about all that I can tell you. And yeah, it's really, really soft. I like it a lot. So the price point on this, when you go to buy it in Canada, it's $11.99, but for some reason there was some type of sale and I got my angel cake for $7.65. The next one up is this lovely ball of yarn here. I absolutely love the color. It's kind of a tonal greenish gray color. Absolutely stunning, and it's a roving style yarn. So let's look at what it is. It is Eco Calm Stripes by Loops and Threads. There is a good shot of the label, and they are classifying this as a 4 medium, but it is quite a lighter 4. It is hand wash, lay flat to dry. Suggestion here on the ball band is 5mm set of knitting needles or a 5.5 millimeter crochet implement. It is 60 recycled polyester, 15 polyester, 15 acrylic, and 10 wool. It is a product that is made in, let's have a look. I'm not sure where it's made. It's always the hardest thing to find. China. It's a product of China. The colorway here is called Green Waves, and in which you get 200 grams in the ball, giving you 433 yards or 396 meters, and it is really, really soft. You could wear this against your skin with no undergarments required. Okay, the price of this one in Canadian dollars is $11.99 on the ball band, but I did get it at a reduced rate. Okay, let's see what it has here. $8.39. So savings there of $2 and something. Really, really nice. I can't wait to work this up. It is reminiscent of another brand of yarn that they used to sell called Colors, and they do have more striking stripes of different colors in this collection. I chose the one that was more tonal and closer in combination to a base color, which is this green gray, whereas the other ones are quite strikingly different. Really, really nice yarn. I also picked up another cake of, where is the cotton ripple cake from Caron, and I have this colorway in my collection already, but the nice part about getting a second cake in the color is that you can make a bigger project, and that was my intentions, is to make some sort of wrap that needs 2 of the same colorway. Now, a little bit about this cake is that it is considered a lightweight 3. You can machine wash and you can tumble dry this yarn, so easy care instructions. It is 100% cotton. In the 240 gram cake, you get 491 yards or 449 meters. It is made in China. Let me just double check that. And the colorway is called Meadow. I think it is made in China. I read it. Yes, made in China. And the price tag on this one is $11.99 Canadian. But in my wonderful shopping, I guess it was good timing. There was some sort of reduction here on the cake, and it was $7.64. So that was a great savings there. These two that I'm going to showcase next up are new to me. I don't know whether I've seen these before, but maybe on another unboxing, I'm not too sure. But it is the Loops and Threads Eco Waves Multi. That's the, it's hard to see. There we go. That's the ball band there. And it's awesome. It's so soft. It slightly looks like a boucle style yarn where you have one main thread where the yarn just sort of wraps around, kind of a little bit like homespun, I guess, but not as bulbous with its bumpiness. It's it has 2 different threads. Like there's this squiggly one here, and then one that wraps around it. So I really like the colors in this one too. Yeah, it's an interesting style of yarn. And it's very, very soft. So let's look at what makes this yarn so special. It is considered a 4-weight yarn, recommending 5mm set of knitting needles or a 5.5mm crochet hook. They are suggesting to hand wash, lay flat to dry. It is 5% recycled polyester, 29% cotton, 9% acrylic, and 5% polyester. So I guess they're recycling polyester and they're also adding in like new fabricated polyester. Now in the ball you get 200 grams, which gives you 496 yards or 453 meters. This color here is called sea gray and the color number is 07. Absolutely stunning color. I love it a lot. Now the price point here on the ticket is, on the label, is $11.99 Canadian, and I believe I did not get a discount on this one. Let me just see. One of these balls, because I got two, one of these balls they charged $8.39 because I used my 30% coupon. And the second one I did not get a discount on, but same specs. And this one is in the colorway light gray or 02. And where is this made? It does not say. China. These are both made in China. So lots of loops and threads right now with all of the cakes that I've showed so far are made in China. Absolutely can't wait to use these. These are stunning. And with that, I think that catches you up on everything. I have been sporting my new shirt, by the way, and it's called Urban Yarn, and it's the slogan underneath says, "No undergarments required." So I'm really, really loving this shirt. If you are interested in looking at some of the merchandise that I have at my Teespring store, the link is down below in the description box as well. Okay, with that, it catches you up on what's been going on this week in my knitting and crochet and all of my acquisitions. So I hope that you enjoyed the makes and my purchases. It was my retail therapy. What are your favorite yarns that I've showcased today? I can tell you what I'm eager to get on the hook and needles are this variety here called the Eco Waves Multi. I don't know, something draws me to them and I can't wait to use them and see how they work up. So hubby's home. It is around 5:30 p.m. here. The sun will be out for about another 2 hours. This part of the world, we are moving into longer days, which we love. So we're going to get out there and do a bit of a walk. And with that, I will bid thee farewell and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.